Todd Christensen, McKesson Corporation, and I'm the Business Information Security Officer. We became a SentinelOne customer and started POCing the product back in about 9 years ago now. We've been using them to replace a lot of the legacy antivirus products. We're probably one of their earlier customers and have been with them quite a long time. Very pleased with the partnership and the engagement we've had from them. SentinelOne has helped us achieve our business goals by just helping us to not interrupt business flow. As a Business Information Security Officer, as a BISO, primarily I'm responsible to make sure that our security products and tooling and initiatives are not interrupting the business and our ability to serve our customers and patients. And SentinelOne's stability and effectiveness as a security tool has helped us to ensure that safety and security, especially during COVID while we help distribute the vaccines for the government. We've had multiple benefits as a result of our engagement with SentinelOne. Primarily, I would speak to their customer engagement, their partnership as a true partner and extension of our teams. I view that as one of their superpowers as an organization, to be able to listen to our needs, to help tool and tune their products to help satisfy our demands and use cases and requirements. And then ultimately, they've helped us with their technology to be super successful in effectively detecting and defending against the modern threats using their AI and their next generation tooling. SentinelOne has helped reduce our risk management as a result of their effectiveness as a tool in not interrupting our business flow and applications, because they're able to cover all of our operating systems and several critical use cases that we have as a business that some other vendors could not cover, including air gap solutions. They can help us provide and prevent a lot of detections and risks to our organization. SentinelOne has helped us reduce our analyst efficiency through a myriad of ways, both in terms of the single pane of glass and being able to have our analysts be able to use that console to be able to see and correlate data across multiple solutions. We help integrate via API several different tooling to help enrich that data as they search in the console. But also, as a partner, they've helped enrich that experience for our analysts who are getting up to speed with the tool through their SentinelOne University and their education offerings. SentinelOne has really helped us reduce the noise and alerting in the console, both from as a vigilance customer, because they help reduce and manage our alerts en masse based on their other customers and their visibility and experience with those kinds of alerts. And then they triage those alerts to our SOC, which makes them, frees them up to be able to utilize their time for more investigative work and more critical alerts. Yeah, SentinelOne has been very fundamental for us in terms of reducing our false positives, because we've been able to tune and test those agents through their discovery and through their AI in the agent to ensure that those detections that we find are actual real false or true positives that we need to action. We find very little false positives or inactions that we don't need to take. Yeah, SentinelOne has helped increase our incident response through both our threat hunting, through utilizing STAR rules, giving our teams the ability to dig in through the storyline and see what's happening and identifying lateral movement. The deep visibility tooling has been exponentially helpful to us to be able to see deep into those activities across our attack surface. Because we've been able to dig deeper through deep visibility in some of these tools, we've been able to reduce our dwell time, increase our mean time to resolution, ensure that our analysts are detecting and triaging things in a much more expeditious manner. SentinelOne has given us good visibility into our in-network adversaries, both from understanding what potentially our insider risk has been in terms of attitudes, behaviors, activities, because it's really identifying the posture and the behavior that the agent is helping us to identify. And so it defends early against any of those potential attacks. SentinelOne has been an early adopter of AI. It's been in the agent from the inception of their products, but as it continues to grow across the industries, it helps us in a couple of different ways. But as the attackers are starting to use AI to help, increase their attack thresholds and efficacy, then it's also helped us to be able to reduce the amount of hands-on labor that our analysts need to perform. So it helps our junior analysts to be able to leverage the knowledge of our more experienced analysts and free them up to be able to utilize more time for investigating real threats that require more in-depth knowledge. But it helps us, action more events and activities at scale and be more expeditious in our response. In terms of improving the agent, I think overall the agent stability has been fantastic. I think the enhancements that I would love to see as a customer are more around the self-healing nature, ensuring that those agents are checking into the console proactively and being able to resolve any of those agents that might fall off for any particular reason, such as low system resources or issues that the PC or the workstation may have, etc. Utilizing network discovery from SentinelOne has enabled us to see systems in proximity to our network of protected systems, and also helped us identify systems which may not be running the agent which should be, or identify systems which may be rogue on the network that we need to protect ourselves and shield ourselves from. Also alerts us to behavior from systems which may not be able to run an agent, such as IoT or printers or different devices of that type, which may be causing attacks or traffic on the network. Primarily our number one selection criteria as we were preparing to choose SentinelOne and evaluating other vendors at the time was really to replace some of our legacy antivirus across the organization and standardize on an enterprise tool. We had several different vendors in-house, and as we were testing the POC, we found that none of those vendors were effectively mitigating the risks that some of the vendors claimed that we had a handle on. And so really we were most concerned with the effectiveness of the tool and the responsiveness and the ability to detect those attacks and malware. And we found that SentinelOne was the most proactive and effective tool in that space. SentinelOne has continued to be very effective in terms of modern and new detections and threats because of their AI and behavioral analysis. A lot of zero-day activities and new introductions of threats are really mitigated because they exercise some of the same bad behaviors that known threats already do, and have allowed us to be proactively detecting those. But they've also helped enhance the detection capabilities of the agent and the product. As we purchase the product, we every 3 to 5 years have gone through a process of going through a RFP process to re-identify and reevaluate the environment. We want to make sure that we're still utilizing the right product and tool set for our organization. And as we've done so and compared the use cases that we have, we've evaluated all the big names in EDR and anti-malware, and have found that both the technology and their effectiveness have really SentinelOne has delivered on and have given us no reason to want to replace them. But at the same time, the other vendors have not been capable of identifying or correcting or delivering on at least a few different specific use cases to our business, which are mission critical to us. In terms of pricing, we feel that SentinelOne has been a fair partner. They have worked with us as a strategic partner for quite some time, and we consider them more than just a vendor, but are actually a true partner and extension of our services in the security suites that we use. We find that their pricing has been fair, especially in the market, and have not ramped up or excessively increased prices substantially, as many vendors often do at renewal times. They tend to be very fair and open with us and transparent about the pricing models and changes, and overall we're very pleased with the pricing that we get from Sentinel. I think the primary selling point of SentinelOne, which I strongly encourage people whenever they ask or have an opportunity to discuss, is the true focus that SentinelOne has on their customers. I view that as one of their true superpowers. They are customer focused. They aren't very egotistical. They're not trying to browbeat us as a customer, but they listen to our feedback. They have actually implemented things into the tool today as an early adopter, early customer, which are now part of the core product based on our feedback as a large enterprise. And that willingness to listen and help make right anything that might not be working correctly has been crucial to us as a true partner. So they've been very receptive and responsive, and their partnership as a customer has been paramount to us. The support that we get from SentinelOne is top-notch. I've been in IT for my entire career, so 28 to 30-ish years of IT, and have worked with every large vendor there is, and none of them that I've ever experienced have the responsiveness and the customer care focus that SentinelOne has. A lot of times they treat you all the same, they put you in a queue, they don't respond as promptly to your tickets, but every issue that we may have had, every question that we've had, every question that I raised to our sales rep or to our TAM is quickly responded to with priority, and I can tell that the team that we work with at SentinelOne is truly interested in our success and wants to make sure that we have the resources that we need, and they're very responsive to us. On a scale of 1 to 10, I would say we're probably at a very strong 9 in terms of technology, and probably an 8.5 to a 9 just an overall product and platform. There are obviously things which may not be perfect, because as a large enterprise we have a lot of intricacies and dynamics of personally developed or internal sourcing and issues, but overall the product has been very solid for us and performs very well.